Today on First Down Playbook, I want to go and take a little quick look at our coverage beater section and focus on cover three. We previously looked at beating man free and then also two deep zone. So today we'll look at cover three, and you're in the find a play area with First Down Playbook, and you see we've chosen tackle. We could have chosen 7-on-7, varsity 11v11, offense, passing plays, and then down here you just go to coverage beaters. Now there's a lot of other places you can go. You see that right there. All right, but when you go to coverage beaters, we're going to choose cover three. All right, and so we've got 68 different ways that we feel like you can, do a good job of beating cover three. Now, cover three. Let's take a look at a couple things that we like when we're attacking cover three. First of all, understanding that three deep is always going to be three deep zone. All right, with four underneath. And one of the things that you really want to try to focus on is which way is rotation, okay? Because a lot of defenses are going to start with two safeties, and then this safety is going to come down, or the safety over here is going to come down. And so a lot of the reads that you're going to have are going to be away from rotation when you're playing a middle of field zone cover three look. So the first thing that we look for, if it's going to be three deep and four under, we think there are five underneath zones, all right? There are two flats, there are two curls, and there's a hook. So if they've got four underneath, three deep, we're going to get five players underneath, and we're going to flood the zones, get somebody in every one of these zones. And we're going to make this Mike linebacker, the Mike linebacker or the safety down make a decision. So we just want to set this tight end right down in between the hook curl player here and the hook curl player here, all right? And then the curl flat will be outside on the out routes. So the way we read it, because you're not going to have time to read every player, we just read it quickly, X to Y or Z to Y, and once again, we go away from rotation. So you can just look at how that would look. Essentially, you're going to have a backer flying out this way, a backer or a safety flying out this way, and you want to take advantage of that throwing to your tight end. Another thing we look for with three deep, all right, is with your safeties, all right, you're going to have a middle safety, and you're looking to run a receiver through that safety. We call it take the top off. And what you're doing essentially in this situation is you're really going to run a dig route, all right in front of that safety when you take the top off, but you're also going to hold anything else underneath with this shallow cross route right here. So the way we would read this is we read it Z, all right, to X, all right, and then to the back. Try not to get too greedy, and you notice we got it really out of a play action look right here to where putting that linebacker underneath in just a little bit more of a conflict of assignment where they've got to defend the run and then they've got to defend the shallow cross. You run the receiver through the safety, there should be a big hole right here for your quarterback. All right, now another thing we would look for is whenever you get three deep, all right, you're going to try to run some verticals at them and try to put the safety in the middle of the field in a bind rather than go left or right. And typically when you do that, you're going to be running go routes on the outside. If you are effective with your go routes, meaning that you run disciplined go routes and you make your curl routes, all right, look like go routes up until the moment they are not, this is an extremely effective way, all right, to defeat cover three, because your receivers, if they explode off the ball, put their outside foot in the ground and come back, all right, very effective at beating a corner who's already softened up because of the number of verticals that you've run at them. So we typically just try to do that with a curl flat over here with the read. But in this situation here, what you're really doing, all right, is you're taking this F once again and setting them in between the two hook curl players, all right, and then you're reading that F to the curl on the outside. Once again, away from rotation. So a couple different ways that you can look at that there, and you can see it here in the blown up version. Now, the last thing and the most common and the most obvious way that you try to get explosives when you're attacking three deep coverage is just picking on the safety, all right, the middle safety. And so You can get a little more complex with this. You can, if you line up and you know you're going to get 3 deep zone, then yeah, you can just take your outside receivers, run them on verticals, make sure they keep a 4-yard cushion outside because they are part of the read. If a corner sinks inside to become a part of anything going on, then you may have something out here. But really what you're doing is you're holding a corner here, you're holding a corner here, and now you've got that safety in the middle of the field, all right? And the safety indicates that the field will be closed. And so you're taking this F and making sure they stay outside of the hash, all right? And this Y right here, same thing, outside of the hash. And what the quarterback is going to essentially do is this read opposite of this safety. Now, a point I want to make, all right, is that these plays are not thrown down the field 40 yards. The further and the longer that ball is in the air, the better chance this safety here is going to have a chance to make a play on it. And if you hang it up there forever, the safety can make a play here, or the safety can make a play here. These balls are really 5 steps, all right, and then you're going to read that safety, and that ball will be thrown in like a little sweet spot right here if it's going to the F, and or the sweet spot right here if it's going to the Y. You'll notice that this is a little bit of a twist on the 4 verticals because we've got it coming with a back out of the backfield. And if you have a faster back that you can sneak in for your fullback in this situation right here, and it's happened many times to where that fullback might catch that ball right around 10 yards, all right, because they won't obviously have the ability to get 12 to 15 like they would if they're on the line of scrimmage. So as you're in here looking for ways to beat cover 3, obviously it's a little bit subjective, a lot of different ways that you can do it, but you can edit everything in the FirstDown PlayBook, and there are different formations, but these are some things that we look at when it comes to beating 3 deep coverage.